Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Double or Nothing Predict the Outcome. What elimination matches that we have? We have this CM Punk goes one on one against Hangman Adam Page in a match for the World Championship. Could CM Punk give AEW a new breach of life and give it ultimate mainstream credibility? Or will Hangman Page still be the old guard of being the youngest world heavyweight champion and being a long term plan in the future of being the world heavyweight champion? We'll talk about that. Also, to another world title match as Thunder Rose defends her women's championship against the Professor Serena Deeb in it's going to be a fight to the finish. When you ask me, Thunder Rosa sending a message that she wants her hands on Serena Deeb. Also, too, we want to see the match that I've been wanting to see. Wardlow takes on MJF. Yes, Wardlow takes on MJF. This match has been brewing for months. Wardlow had got his opportunity this past week on Dynamite to take on Sean Spears in order to get his match against MJF. When the decks was too stacked for Wardlow in the match, as MJF was playing mind games, Wardlow gets his match against MJF. We'll talk about that. All right, we'll talk about many more as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show here for Predict the Outcome. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show for our special Predict the Outcome for AEW's Double or Nothing. And what a Double or Nothing event is going to be. Double or Nothing. Coming your live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. So we got a lot of matches to talk about. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We want to hear from you. We want to engage with you to see what you like and what you don't like here. So we're gonna get things started. We're gonna kick things off with this match, a dream tag team match that a lot of people have been talking about as of late. The Hardy Boys take on the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks had to weasel their way into the card in what way they can, and they take on the Hardy Boys. This is a dream match of tag team wrestling. The Hardy Boys versus the Young Bucks. You get to see that match live and in person. So we know the Hardy Boys had that problem with the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks recently joined the Elite and being formed with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Um, all I can say for right now, I can see the Young Bucks win over the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys giving the Young Bucks the rub as they did before when they had their feud in Ring of Honor. So look for the Young Bucks to win this match by cheating the way they do over the Hardy Boys. So look for that. Plus, two, the TBS Championship is online as Jade Cargill goes against Anna Jay. I mean, be honest with you, Jade Cargill has this match won. So this is no need for Jade Cargill to lose. She'll have this match over Anna Jay coming up, and look for that. So we got through some of the matches, but this is the main card of the Double or Nothing. As you see right here, you see the faces. Who's going to be participating in the match? We'll tell you right now. But as we can tell you right here, the mighty Wardlow. Wardlow's been trying to do the right thing after he cost MJF his match against CM Punk. And MJF hasn't forgot about it. MJF has been putting Wardlow through the ringer with challenges of people like Lance Archer, Big Cass. The list goes on and on. Now this past week on Dynamite, Wardlow had to go against Sean Spears And Wardlow won his match over Sean Spears, but the stack was decked against him, as MJF was one of the special guest referees in the match, leaving Wardlow to had to figure out. See, the thing is, the match was good, but at the end, I wish Wardlow didn't have to use referee. Wardlow should have dragged MJF and made the count to do the count. That would have been more simple and effective. I don't know why the referee came. I get it, but Wardlow should have just looked around and said, "Okay, he has a ref shirt. You drag him and you make him do the count because he's the referee in the match." So, because he's unconscious, just stuff like that. It would have been simple but easy, but they wanted to go a different direction. But how that go? As that seemed to be. So you know how that go. But I can see Wardlow getting his revenge on MJF and finishing MJF and earn himself an AEW contract, which he should have one by now. So Wardlow in the opportunity at best getting the match. Speaking of another match that I've been looking forward to, this right here, the Jericho Appreciation Society versus John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Santana, Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston. This all started with Kingston and Jericho had a feud, and it blowed over having a match. Jericho turned heel, and now Jericho, one with his new group, want to take out the Blackpool Club and Santana Ortiz. So they're gonna call it Anarchy in the Arena match. I don't know. You can say it's a falls count anywhere match, no holds barred, anything goes type of match. So Jericho trying to get the odds stacked against him with William Regal and all. Look for Jericho's. I would say look for the Blackpool Club winning this match over the Jericho Appreciation Society, making Jericho even more mad and more bitter than ever before. I think Jericho's going to be kind of like trying to figure out what his next move is. Because when you look at it, Jericho's thinking, I have to win, but Ed Kingston gets revenge on Jericho for blazing him with that fireball and causing him to temporarily be blind for a moment. But Ed Kingston won't get his hands, but there are some distinction going on between Kingston and Bryan. So things could go in a wrap like that. So look for Kingston and Daniel Bryan to put their differences aside for the hate of they have and this thing they have for Chris Jericho. Also, too, another match that many people are talking about. Hook versus Hook and Danhausen team up. It's Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. This is gonna be easy. Look for Hook and Danhausen to win over Mark Sterling and Tony Nese. It's just that's the match it is going forward. Stuff the Hook got the crowd and the crowd buzzing for Hook. So I look for that. Also, too, can we see Keith Lee and Shane Swerve Strickland win the tag team titles? They have an opportunity to do it and get the job done. As you see right here, the tag team championship, Keith Lee, Swerve versus Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Ricky Starks. My best bet, my money is on Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs being a tag team and defeating the team of Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Shane Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. And I think Keith Lee and Shane Strickland will chase the titles, chase them from the new champions, and then they'll go from there to get the titles. I think with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, their run has come to an end, and they'll be feuding with Christian. Christian will cost Jungle Boy the tag team titles. And Jungle Boy, Christian be a heel, feuding with Jungle Boy going forward. And look for that. Also, too, the House of Black will be in action taking on Luchasaurus and Penta and Phoenix. I say look for Phoenix and Penta winning the match over the House of Black going forward in that match. It could be that in that matchup. So look for that. Also, too, the Owen Cup. The Owen Cup going on. I said the Owen Cup. For the moment, we want to see Adam Cole and his girlfriend Britt Baker are in action, and it could be that possibility going forward in that. So it could be that way heading forward in that match. So I want to say Adam Cole will win his over the tournament to win the Owen Hart Cup, and Britt Baker will win hers in the Owen Hart Cup. So it's gonna be a happy day for Adam Cole and his girlfriend, his wife Britt Baker. So look for that. All right. Also, too, don't be make sure you check out the AEW podcast with Tony Khan, the president, previewing Double or Nothing on what he thinks who's going to win, or he's giving prediction. He's not giving prediction, but he's giving a preview of what could happen at Double or Nothing heading forward in the match. So next is the AEW Women's Championship match. Thunder Rosa defends her title against the Professor, Serena Deeb, in a match that's so personal. Serena Deeb talking about stuff from WWE. She said she didn't like getting a boob job. She was trying to please Mr. McMahon and everybody else. Thunder Rosa, she got a history of WWE, saying that she, at the time, WWE wanted to offer her a contract to be a referee. He said she was more than a referee. Who can blame her? So with that in mind, you see right here, Thunder Rosa saying to herself, she needs this opportunity. She wants to be the women's champion. And the only way she can, she has to do what she has to do. But we'll see going forward in that and being able to see if she leaves out AEW Double or Nothing with the women's title. Plus, two, finally, a main event for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. As you see right here, Hangman Adam Page defends his gold against CM Punk. This match has been brewing for a month after CM Punk made the notion that he wants the World Championship. This past week on Dynamite, in a face-to-face confrontation, and you can tell CM Punk wants that opportunity of a lifetime to become the AEW World Champion from being the first-time World Champion. He has been a World Champion before. This is his opportunity that he's not going to squander it and let someone like Hangman Page, who has a spiteful vendetta against Punk, saying taking away his glory, his spot that he wants for himself, and he wants that opportunity to not go to waste and stuff. And CM Punk has that moment. So CM Punk this week got pushed by Hangman Page as being feeling frustrated for weeks at time, and now this is the moment that's going to head on to it. Who's going to win between Punk and Adam Page? My money is on CM Punk. CM Punk will win. He will validate AEW into a top star. Hangman Page been a good champion, but he hasn't been connecting. He hasn't been connecting people long enough. He has for certain people, but it hasn't worked. It's been a 2-year build ever since they really introduced the World Championship when Bret the Hitman Hart brought it for World Champion, but not in AEW. And this time they're bringing it to AEW. And CM Punk needs the belt to validate himself as being the best in the world. As Hangman Page has something what Punk got. So this is a wake-up call for CM Punk to know that if he's going to get this moment or the momentum, and head out AEW, walk out as the world champion. But I can see CM Punk winning the AEW World Heavyweight title. So he showed you that. All right, we got done with the Pro Wrestling Show predicted outcome for the AEW Double or Nothing. Let's move forward quickly to Wrestling Hot Topics. All right, on Wrestling Hot Topics this week, what a momentum we have coming up. As we know, that Dr. Martha Hart will be in attendance to award the winner of the men's and women's One Heart Cups on the whole family, and we'll see who will leave out. I told you, Britt Baker and Adam Cole are going to walk out as winners. So look for that at the AEW pay-per-view. Also, too, we just found out that Colt Cabana. You remember Colt Cabana? Boom, 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 Colt Cabana. Boom, 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 Colt Cabana. He wants to. He re-signed with AEW, and he will be working with Tony Khan personally to start the relaunch of the Ring of Honor. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but we'll have to wait and see going forward. But Colt Cabana re-signed with AEW, and he will be going forward with Ring of Honor to relaunch their plans, their projects coming up. They haven't found the network yet, but I'm assuming they'll get on they'll get on somewhere like on a YouTube deal or something. Something on YouTube exclusively or something. Play for one of those shows like Dark Elevation for you for Ring On or something. You can see that. Also, like I said, speaking of Tony Khan, you can listen to the podcast right here of Tony Khan giving his preview of what he believes in Double or Nothing. Who's going to be what matches, the rivalries, the feuds. He's going to talk about all. You can hear him on the podcast talking with Tony Schiavone, Ari Edwards on the W Nothing preview, like how we're previewing the show for ours is to see. And finally, speaking of Tony Khan, he still having problems with MJF. There was a report right here saying Tony Khan is asked by MJF by Tony McIntosh. Khan says wrestling thrives off screen when conflict scares on screen. So I guess MJF still wants a raise, but when you think of it, it'll be silly of MJF to take a raise. When Tony Khan wants to keep him, knowing that he's under contract with Tony Khan, so he probably hearing what Cole is telling him and stuff, and want to break out and stuff, and then it'll be like you get him a raise, and then he leaves out and stuff. He wasn't committed that much to AEW, so you don't want to kind of do that. I kind of got that simple business, man. Anyway, keep him where he at, whether he likes it or not. And then once the time comes, he can negotiate a raise within 2 years. So I guess why he keeps blabbering, he tweeted this. There's a lot going on between Tony Khan and MJF that we don't know. So we're going to end that with MJF saying what he said. Thank you all for watching. The Pro Wrestling Show presents the Double or Nothing Predict the Outcome. We'll see you at Double or Nothing. Predict the Outcome.